There is a really interesting story from the UK about a problem that had perplexed an entire industry for centuries. You see, in the 18th century, people crossing the ocean didn't really know where they were. Well, they knew they were on the ocean, but not exactly, because they couldn't measure their east-west position or longitude. This was a problem. The captain of the ship could figure out pretty easily his latitude based on the altitude of the sun or moon. But for longitude, everyone relied on something crazy called dead reckoning. That meant that you had to spot land,
ho!
And then figure out where you were. Which was kind of hard to do when you're in the middle of the ocean. So you get the problem. It was a real problem. The best scientists, mathematicians and astronomers could not figure out a simple way to solve this problem. So the British government did something really clever. They decided to post the problem online. Well, not really online. There was no internet in 1741. But they did post the problem in the newspaper and invited everybody and anybody to go solve the problem. And they offered money for the best outcome. The British government was pretty smart. They ran the first open market on a problem and effectively got everyone talking about it. Mass collaboration. You can imagine the chatter in the chat rooms and the blogs. Well, erase that. There were no chat rooms in 1741. But I bet they were talking about it in the pubs and the village marketplace. And while the best minds were working on the problem, the least likely person in the United Kingdom to solve the problem is the one who actually solved the problem. A self-educated English watchmaker. No kidding. The British Empire in 1741 ruled the seas and was hugely invested with the best technology, skills and practices known at that time for managing this giant international trade industry. And along came a watchmaker by the name of John Harrison, who solved a problem that had plagued sailing ships and their captains for hundreds of years. And by the way, when John Harrison solved this problem, he also applied for the patent for the chronometer. How did that happen? Well, they only asked. Think about it. Rather than circulating the problem among a few people in a closed system, where the presumption was only we can solve our problems, the British government did something really simple. They asked. They asked the market. An open market. And they promised to recognise the best outcome. That's Liquid. Liquid is an outcomes model for solving problems. It operates on open market concepts, where problem solvers can take a quick look at the problem that needs to be solved and decide if they can help. And if they solve it by a certain date, meeting the quality requirements of the problem, they get paid. Pretty simple. The work that Liquid addresses is really small units of work, usually partitioned from a larger unit of work, such as the development of an application subsystem or complete project. Any work item that can be clearly defined and accomplished in 3 to 5 days is a great item for the Liquid market. The Liquid open market permits thousands of problem solvers to review and evaluate work items and decide if they can meet the challenge. A Liquid event is structured with a well-defined specification of the work and with well-defined parameters on what constitutes a successful outcome. And if you solve the problem, you receive the recognition. With the liquid market, we accomplish a couple of things. We drive value for our clients by opening up IBM as an innovation network. IBMers in the labs, on the shop floor, in sales offices, global delivery centers, or industry consulting teams can weigh in and help solve problems quickly. How cool is that? We also can expand the ecosystem of problem solvers through our channel partners, tapping innovation and expertise in industries and technologies. That is also very cool. The liquid market operates on some simple and well-defined principles. If you're trying to solve a problem like, I need a program that calculates the location of my shipments, that can be solved. But you have to be clear how you want to solve the problem. With Liquid, everything works off the principles of component-based development, something that has been around the software industry for centuries. Strike that. Not centuries, but a few decades. And with well-defined units of work which are structured within component specifications, liquid events can be executed. You see, the architect who develops the specification for the shipment location problem will first ask for the design components, then ask for the code components in a well-laid-out plan. The liquid players may already know how to solve this problem, since GPS and locator applications are pretty well understood. The architect and a liquid player will meet in a chat room, talk about it, well, not really talk, more like text, and then get this work done fast, fast, fast! Because the problem solvers in Liquid are part of an essentially unlimited community, a project leader has the option of starting work sooner and getting more work done in parallel. This ultimately reduces cycle time in the production of solutions built with Liquid. That's super cool. But what about those problem solvers? These are professionals who are up for a challenge. Maybe they are between assignments or have some free cycles. Or maybe they want to exercise some skills just learned in class. Or maybe they want to prove themselves in pursuit of a new career opportunity. So, it doesn't matter what credentials or certifications the Liquid player holds. Liquid matches the problem solvers with the problems to solve. And the results speak for themselves. As Liquid players solve problems, they earn a reputation. In fact, it's a digital reputation that reflects the past results and reliability of the Liquid player. Just like the winner of the British Navigation Challenge in 1741. Watchmaker John Harrison. Well, not exactly. His reputation was not digital. It was, well, never mind. But he was famous. So this is very agile. It is driven by a clock. It solves for oceans of problems through an open market. Just like 1741. Be Liquid.